we left off, where we grew a bunch of wheatgrass in different medias, and we found that in one of the medias with the sand absorbent and crab shell, that the growth rate was the same as the other wheatgrass grown in all the other different media, but the root sizes were like 15 times less.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we set up another experiment to test what in that combination media
made the roots so small.
That's right. Okay, and so we're going to analyze those results right now. Okay, and as you can see with these medias, this is sand, nothing's growing. This is sand plus absorbent,
nothing's growing.
Actually, I've already pulled out one, so one grew, and I recorded the growth after a week.
What were the roots?
Okay, well, I'm just going to let you see that for yourself. And then, see these two? This is sand plus crab shell.
Nothing grew.
Okay, again, only one grew in this. And now we're going to go over to absorbent by itself. And look, it grew in just plain absorbent.
But why didn't it grow in the other ones with the sand and stuff like that?
Exactly. Why didn't it grow in the sand plus absorbent? The sand didn't help it at all. It didn't have as much absorbent. And only one grew in here, whereas all of the seeds grew here. So it actually does better without sand. Okay?
You already pulled two out of these?
Yeah. It actually grows better without sand. And then this is absorbent plus crab shell. Okay?
Right.
And then this is the combination sand absorbent and crab shell.
Right.
Okay. Now remember last time this is where and right here is sand absorbent plus diatomaceous earth, and nothing grew in this. Now do you remember when we pulled these out, they had short roots last time?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to pull one of them out right now.
Mom.
Wait a second, Kendra. Not short roots. What do you think happened?
What made it grow short last time?
I don't know. Okay, I'm going to tell you one variation that we did that we didn't think about doing. No. Well, actually, that was no. I think we had one that grew and it didn't make a difference.
Mom?
Wait a second. So I'm going to tell you what we did different in this experiment. I washed the crab shells with water several times before I added it to the mix. Okay? So something so what do you think
shell
yeah, that what
adds to stunt the growth of the roots.
And what do you think that might be?
The thing that draws the bees around.
I don't know. I think the draw the bees around is whatever has meat on the crab shell. Where do crab shells come from?
Crabs.
Yeah, where else?
And the beach.
That's right, Caden. At the beach. So what do you think would be in the... What's in the ocean water that's not in fresh water?
The shit.
What else?
The salt.
Salt. And what do you think salt does to roots?
Dries them out so they won't
inhibits
grow.
their growth.
The shit.
Okay.
Thank you,
And
Kate.
so...
I thought.
And so... but the interesting thing is, so people use salt to kill weeds because it inhibits root growth, right?
Right.
But the strange thing is that it had just enough salt to decrease the root growth, but that did not affect
Decrease
the shoot growth. Yeah. So in a system where you want small roots but you want a lot of shoot growth, it might be
a little bit of salt.
Yeah, it might be nice. So what would be a way to test whether or not it was the salt on the crab shells versus some other thing on the crab
Do a
shells?
side-by-side comparison with washed crab shell and unwashed crab shell.
But how would you still wouldn't know what was on the crab shell? How could you determine whether it was the actual salt on the crab shell that was doing it, not versus something like magnesium or something else that was sitting on the crab shell that we washed away?
Side-by-side salt with no salt, and then you could increase the salt variance to see how much it stunts the growth of the roots in the system.
Absolutely. And then you might find an effect where too much salt would then start to drop the growth rate of the plant, right?
Or just completely not have it grow as And these ones, I really think we should add more holes to the bottom of these ones to see if that affects the growth of it or not.
Yeah. So fantastic. So basically when you look at these results, it's basically telling you that absorbent and crab shell is what's allowing plants to grow. The sand really has not much to do with it. In fact, the sand seems to hurt the growth of it. And the crab shell, so does the crab shell help the growth of the plant? So crab shell alone, guess what? Nothing grew. Okay? Too rich.
Too much salt.
Too much salt, maybe. And then when we had the absorbent, this is absorbent alone, and this is crab shell plus absorbent. What do you see in the difference between these guys?
The crab shell with the absorbent are taller than the absorbent alone, and the crab shell didn't grow anything.
That's right. So what do you think this means? That they're taller.
The mixture of the two make it richer for the plant to grow in.
That's right. So a little bit of crab shell is good, right? And at least when you wash it off, it doesn't seem to inhibit root growth. But having it there, and why do you think having that there helps the plant? What do you think the crab shell is a source of?
Nutrients.
Yeah, what kind, dude? What do you think's in crab shell?
Calcium.
Yeah, calcium. Nitrogen too. Lots of nitrogen. And who knows, it probably's got a lot of meat stuck on it too. That's all kinds of protein amino acids for the plant.
Can we go eat the wheatgrass?
Yes, we can.
Go get some scissors.